And thanks for choosing us. Thousands of Christians in Ghana joined millions across the world to welcome 2023 with church vigils. Many of them were in white clothes to signify a successful transition into 2023 as they sang and danced to God for his abundant mercies. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia joined the Church of Pentecost at Accra, Newtown. Speaking to the congregants, he said he's hopeful the country will weather the current economic storm and get back to its good old days.
People of God, we are all witnesses to the difficult and challenging times the world, and for that matter, our country, has been going through in recent times. It has been a period characterized by economic uncertainties and challenges that have caused even stronger nations to crawl. In times like this, we deploy all efforts humanly possible to enable us stay afloat on the surface of the challenges. But those who forget God and face the battle on their own cannot succeed. Steadfast love, his justice, and his compassion will guide us through this difficult period across the globe. As your government, we do recognize the difficulties we are experiencing in our country. But with renewed strength and hope in the word of the Lord, we are forever confident that we will ride this storm and turn things around to the glory of God. We have been working while at the same time trusting in God. We just don't trust in God and sit down and fold your arms and go to sleep. You have to work. So we have been working while at the same time trusting in God for his unfailing love, and thankfully we are beginning to see the power of our Lord manifesting in the improvements in our economic outlook. We will continue to work hard and keep our trust in him, for the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and are safe. I am very optimistic of Ghana's future, and my prayer is that 2023 should see us continue on the path of economic emancipation and accelerated development.
Chairman of the Church of Pentecost, Apostle Eric Nyameche, urged the congregation to work harder and get closer to God in 2023 as he declares the year a good one.
Christianity is a transforming relationship between God and his children. It grows from glory to glory. From day to day. It becomes better year by year. So the best years are still ahead of all of us. All we need to do is to reposition ourselves for God to bless us, so we can have good success. We need to reposition our mind, reposition our heart, reposition our hands. You see, in the heart of the American Civil War, one of President Lincoln's advisors said he was grateful that God was on the side of the Union. President Lincoln was grateful that God was on the side of them, the Union. That God was on their side. This is what Abraham Lincoln said. And I want us to read it. Say, my concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right.
Well, in his New Year statement to the citizenry, former President John Dramani Mahama is urging Ghanaians not to lose hope even as government begins implementing various austerities measures to save the crippling economy. My colleague Blessed Soga joins me with more in that statement. Blessed, what more does the statement say? Soga, kindly unmute for me.
If you can hear me, I'm just talking about how unconventional the statement is. The fact that for the very first time, we're seeing the former president start off the year by complaining about our economic situation. He starts off by talking about how for the very first time in recent history, Ghana has defaulted on its debt obligations, a situation he believes is accounting for the economic hardship that we're facing. He describes it as a situation where Ghanaians have been very much stretched to the elastic ends in terms of the economic downturn that we're witnessing in the country. Beyond that as well, the former president is hopeful that just as the hymnists have said that we should count our blessings and name them one by one, he is hopeful that with the onboard of 2023, things will turn around, the government will be able to improve our fortunes, and that there'll be new opportunities to make a turnaround.
That statement from former President John Dramani Mahama, hoping that 2023 will be better in terms of our economy. Meanwhile, some church leaders are advising Ghanaians to store food and spend wisely amid all of the austerity measures to be implemented. They say the year, though they're praying that it looks better, it is also prudent for people to spend wisely. Here is the head pastor of Ahafo Kenyase Presby Church, Reverend Martin Luther Abebio.
There are difficulties in every new year. We know 2023 will not be an exception. There will be challenges. We should all be careful and spend wisely. Let's store food and let's pray more. God's
We apologize for that. We'll try and bring that back to you. Government is being advised to stick to prudent economic measures adopted to restore the country's economy this new year. Some church leaders believe financial discipline from government is the first step towards economic recovery. Nanaya Ojima visited some churches in Kumasi where most people crossed over into 2023 and has filed this report.
Many across the Ashanti region, clad in white, welcomed the new year in churches. The night was characterized by singing and dancing in appreciation of God's favor. Persistent rise in cost of living led many to describe 2022 as a tough one. Though the appreciation of the cedi at the latter part of the year led to a decline in fuel prices, it is expected prudent measures are taken to sustain the gains. At Church of God, Abraham's Temple, head pastor Ernest Anyane Asari focused on leadership transforming the economy.
Wisdom is very important as long as development is concerned. We have a lot of dignitaries and professors in our society who have acquired a lot of knowledge, but their knowledge is not put into practice. And wisdom is simply means that application of knowledge. And we are praying that God will give us that sense of wisdom so that all that they have learned so far, they will be able to put into practice to bring better Ghana.
Head pastor of Redemption Assemblies of God, Reverend Patrick Ajimanjebi, expects the citizenry to honor their part in efforts to restore the economy.
We should appreciate God for what He has done for 2022 because we've gone through so many things. The pandemic that led to the Russian war, the Russian-Ukraine war, in which we are still now. The increases in fuel prices and petroleum products and other things, the increase in goods and services and all these things. If it has affected the church and individual businesses in the nation. But I want to encourage them that Ghanaians should exercise patience and then understand that the problem that we are going through, it is not only a Ghanaian problem, but it's a global crisis. And so we should understand the government and then pray for them and then give them the support. Because whatever, if we all sing together. We have only one Ghana. Why not support them and then help them so that we can all get out of this situation?
At Calvary Charismatic Church, the public is being urged to be financially disciplined in the wake of economic uncertainty. Joshua Obin is pastor at the church.
Once there's life, there's always hope. And there are many people that complain in 2022, but once we have life, we know that in 2023 there's still room that we can do better with the things that we are doing. Whether you are working or whatever you are doing, there's something that God is still has plans for us, especially as Christians and as a nation.
Many are optimistic of success in the new year despite uncertainties. For Joy News, Nanaya Ojima, Kumasi.
And in the Volta region, leader of the El Bethel Prayer Center of the Church of Pentecost, who emphasized that the country would witness progress as God would restore whatever the citizenry had lost in the past year in bountiful folds. He said this at the sidelines of the 2022 crossover night service in Ho.
Thousands of Christians converged at various places of worship and crusade grounds to usher in the new year. It was a night of prayers, worship and praise for the Lord for guiding them through 2022 and keeping them alive. They exalted the Lord for his guidance through the economic hardship in the country and the unprecedented high inflation. Nonetheless, the Volta Regional General Overseer of the Victory Bible Church, Dr. Bishop Kofi Eleblu, believes the story of Ghana would change in 2023.
So, 2023, as I am saying, I have not seen any difficulty or any tension or any fear. The country must become, and let's rest assured that there is a God of this country that will keep us and protect the country. Nothing will happen to Ghana. There are a lot of prophecies. People are saying so many things to put fear and panic in people. But I can assure you and the nation that Ghana is covered by the blood of Jesus Christ. And nothing will disturb this country. This country will bounce back and life will be normal for Ghanaians. I believe the God that called me, that if things are wrong and we call upon his name, he will transform, he will change the situation. So we should not be afraid.
Elder Seth Yao Piazza of the El Bethel Prayer Center of the Church of Pentecost whole area encouraged Christians to continue having faith in the Lord.
People may see differently, yes, because we are different people, but we are operating from another level. And I say this thing on authority because after waiting on the Lord for many weeks, the Lord specifically spoke to us. We should announce to the nation, announce to the citizenry, both Christians and non-Christians, that whatever anyone has lost, the Lord is going to restore. Then he gave us a way out as to how to achieve these things. And the simplest thing he told us that those who cleave to him will sail through. Though the past years was stormy, it was bad, it was gloomy, but the Lord saw us through. There are brighter days and miraculous things are about to happen. Then one thing that the Lord actually emphasized on is that he's going to do things in an unusual way, strange ways, so that people will know that it is the finger of God.
The congregants sealed the crossover service night with praises and dance. It was a memorable night for the believers. Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News. Ho.
The new year has come with new things which will affect your expenditure and your finances. Parliament approved the 2.5% VAT rate hike, but with e-levy reduced to 1%. Ghana Revenue Authority has also reversed discount on import values of general goods effective today. Parliamentary Affairs correspondent Kweku Asante has more of all that happened will happen this year in this report.
Despite a fierce pushback from the minority in parliament, government got through a 2.5% increase in the VAT rate. This means that in this new year, you'll pay at least 2.5% more for goods and services. Whilst this may hit hard at your finances, there may also be some respite for you after the controversial e-levy was reduced from 1.5% to 1% with a daily threshold of 100 cedis, non-tax amount retained. Remember, road tolls are also back after it was cancelled in 2022, although government is yet to announce the full details in terms of which specific roads will be covered and on what terms. The Ghana Revenue Authority has also completely reversed discount on import values of general goods and home delivery value of vehicles, effective today, 1st January 2023. This means import duties and taxes will go up in Ghana city terms because the base amount on which duties and taxes are computed used to be discounted by 10% for vehicles and 30% for other imports. These discounts will no longer apply. Remember to adjust accordingly. Reporting for Joy News, Kweku Asante.
Thousands of revelers fill the crowds, pubs and streets as they join the rest of the world to welcome the new year with fireworks, dance and music. There was bumper-to-bumper traffic on Doso Oxford Street at 2 a.m. this morning as many trooped to fun places to begin the celebration of the new year. At the Independence Square, some Ghanaians and persons from the diaspora welcomed 2023 with the spectacular fireworks. Some of them who have been speaking to Joy News say they're hoping for the economy to get back on track for a better 2023 celebration. Maxwell Agbagba has more.
2023 is here, and this is our patrons here at the Independence Square. Welcome the new year with marvelous and spectacular fireworks and drumming. The people here cannot hold back their joy and excitement. Hi, what's your name?
I'm John Michael.
John Michael, tell me, how excited are you?
Well, it's pretty nice. Like, this is one of the best fireworks that's been shown over the last couple of years. Okay. This is good, really good. For 2023, I'm just going to live my life to the fullest. Like I keep saying, Ugo City Vie, get out, live life. Like, don't do tomorrow what can be done today. Yeah. So we're living life to the fullest, same as always.
You only live once. You only live once,
true.
Yeah.
You only die once too.
A 2021 report by the Ghana Tourism Authority noted that over 600,000 tourists were in Ghana in the year 2021, with $800 million of revenue raked in by government. Of course, the peak of that happened in December, and that is happening again in December 2022, when we had a lot of people from the diaspora visiting Ghana. Many of them are here at the Independence Square having fun at the Countdown Africa program happening here at the Independence Square. They've been sharing with us the New Year resolutions and their expectations for the year 2023.
Happy New Year from Ghana! We love Ghana!
You having a good time?
A great time!
Where did you come from?
Miami!
Miami!
Mexico!
Mexico! Oh! Atlanta, okay. Oh, okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. That's okay. Right?
New York, but I just want to give a shout out to all my Dominican people all over the world. Listen, we got
Dominicans in the house. Dominicans in the house.
Yeah. So, Dominicanas in Ghana, okay? Dominicanas in Ghana. And let me tell you something. Dominicanas in Ghana.
Okay.
Okay. One more thing. It's about time our Latin people come to Africa to learn about your African roots. Okay?
Everybody, let's go. I like that. I like that. Any New Year resolutions you want to share with us? New Year resolution?
Not a resolution, but an intention, harmony, and manifestation in 2023.
More love, more respect, more happiness. Yes.
Okay, I see that. Hi. What's your name?
Chris.
Chris.
L.
Where are you from?
New York. We're in
New York.
Queens in the house.
New York in the house.
Yes, sir.
Are you Are you loving it here?
Yeah, we're loving it in Ghana, for real. Loving it in Ghana.
Having a good time?
Great time, yeah. Yeah, blast, man. Having a blast, man. It's probably my third time coming out. First time in Ghana.
First time
in Ghana.
Whoa!
Yeah, love it. I'm coming back next year and the year after that, every year. Hey, yes, sir. First time in Accra, man. I've been in Africa plenty of times, but it's my first time in Ghana, though. I'm coming back. Yes, sir.
Any New Year resolution? Any New Year resolution?
Yes. More life, more money, more blessings for everybody. Everything he just said times 10.
Thank you. It looks like a mini dance party that is going on here. Let's talk to them.
Happy New Year.
Many happy returns.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. What's 2022 like for you? Was it good?
It was good. Could have been better, but I'm optimistic about 2023 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be better.
Looking forward to it.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing too?
I'm well.
Great. What's your
Happy
name?
New Year.
Many happy returns. Many happy returns. What's your name and where are you from?
My name is Buki. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria.
Oh, Buki. Okay. Nice to meet you.
And you too.
My West African sister.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah. Hope you're having fun though.
I'm having a great time. It's lovely to be in Accra for New Year, for Christmas. It's lovely.
Yeah. What was 2022 like for you?
2022 was a learning curve for me, and I think it was for everyone. But we're all looking forward to 2023. Manifestation of good things, good life, great health, business, personal life, love, all of the good things. So,
and then soft life
for sure. Of course.
So Sarkodie here just finished performing here and then he's taking a rest here. Good year he's had in 2022 and 2023 promises to be better. What would you describe 2022? Was it a great year for you? You loved it?
Yeah, I loved it. At least I'm alive, so that's a good reason to love it.
2023, what should we expect? I mean, 2022 was a year a lot of people were complaining about economic hardship and all of that. You know, what are expectations for 2023? That things will get better?
Yeah, as you said, I would wish everybody, my prayer is for every human being to have the basics. I want wealth and riches to be an option, but the basics, I want every human being to be able to get that. That's my prayer. But yeah, 2023, I hope that the system will be a bit more loose so that the people can live. And we'll be outside as well. We're taking the music on tour, so we'll be announcing the date soon.
Okay, we'll be expecting that.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it.
So we're still here at the Independence Square. We're having a great time here. It's 2023. All the people here are excited. I have here with me one of Ghana's bloggers and journalists, Amel Deborah. Let's talk to him. What was 2022 like for you?
Well, I think it was similar to what most people had. It was a difficult year, ups and downs. But I think we stayed focused. We were hopeful that things will improve. It sort of did. So we are looking forward to a very good 2023. Last year was difficult, so we hope and pray this year gets better.
How difficult was it? Did it affect attendance at shows this year?
Well, this year people were out, but the energy was not as high compared to the last.
You are still thinking about their pockets.
They have to.
What's 2022 like for you?
It wasn't actually easy, but with God, everything was possible. You know? The economy was actually bad, but then you have no option than just move with the economy. So
are you hoping for a better 2023?
We are just hoping for a better economy in 2023.
It was very difficult and it was very hectic as well. You know, the economy, everything. I mean, it was very difficult. Yeah.
Okay. So are you hoping for a better year in 2023?
Definitely. I'm hoping 2023 will be better. Things are starting to look better, so I hope everything will be better.
So we're here backstage here with Aisha Ibrahim, who is the creator of the Countdown Africa show. We saw some spectacular fireworks here. Sarkodie also gave a breathtaking performance. As always, Aisha Ibrahim is here. Tell us, how did you pull off a very successful show like this?
With an amazing team, just believing in my vision, getting an amazing team, like I said, and hard work.
Should we expect another one?
More of this. Oh, absolutely. This is a yearly or annually, however you want to put it, an annually event. In terms of expectation, just more of what you got today.
And still to come, General of Police, IGP Dr. Kufu Dampari promises a positive year in terms of security ahead in 2023. We'll be back with more on Joy Newsroom. Welcome back to Joy News today. On Doomsday Prophecies, the Ghana Police Service says it is not against divination and prophecy, but will not countenance the communication of prophecy in a manner which violates human rights and the rule of law. The IGP, who was on a working and security monitoring tour on various police jurisdictions, visited the studios of Love Insure FM, flanked by some members of the Police Management Board and officers of the Ashanti Regional Police Commander. Nana Poache Dankwa has more in this report. We'll bring you more of this shortly, but in Wa, Principal State Attorney at the Ministry of Justice and Attorney General in the Upper West Region, lawyer Abdul Shakur, says it is not in the interest of the state to jail wrongdoers. Rather, it does so to ensure law and order in society. According to him, some criminals make living hell for the society and do not deserve to be left to perpetuate their crimes. Lawyer Said Abdul Shakur made the statement when Healthy Way Foundation donated food, assorted items and bags of sachet water to inmates of Wa Central Prison. Story News' Upper West Regional correspondent Rafiq Salam has more.
Principal State Attorney at the Office of the Attorney General's Department in the Upper West Region, Lawyer Said Abdul Shakur, has posited that it is not in the interest of the state to put persons who infringe on the laws of the country behind bars. He lamented that some of the persons who are imprisoned are young men who has bright future ahead of them. However, the state cannot look unconcerned to allow them perpetrate crime on innocent and right-thinking persons for the betterment of society.
This place is not a place I wish to put anybody in. Sometimes when I prosecute people and secure conviction, I still go back home to hurt. Sometimes the pain is quite overwhelming, especially when there are young men that still have the whole world in front of them. I honestly don't want to knock them off or to put them here. But you see, society must be organized and arranged well in such a way that everybody has the right to live. Some of you you've made living hell for so many people.
Lawyer Said Abdul Shakur, speaking at a program held at the Wa Central Prison by Healthway Foundation, urged the inmates who genuinely believe that they were wrongfully jailed or are on remand and without lawyers to take advantage of the legal aid scheme for them to pursue their cases for them.
For those who are on remand, who have not yet been tried, it is not automatic that they may be tried. Some, after investigation, might be let out. Some will definitely face trial. Those who can ill afford lawyers should immediately make resort to the legal aid scheme, where the lawyers, they are government lawyers, who will do their cases gratis. They will not be asked to pay anything. The lawyers will intervene properly and they'll go through the trial. But if they are still found guilty, This is not always the end. If you are convicted by the district court, you can appeal to the High Court. If you are convicted by the High Court, you can appeal to the Court of Appeal. And if the Court of Appeal still convicts you, you can go to the Supreme Court. So the legal ladder is quite long, and you can take advantage of any of the processes. To the extent that you believe in your own innocence, you can always go through the full legal hog to ensure that justice is done.
Chief Executive Officer of Healthcare Foundation and wife of Upper West Regional Minister Haji Rihanna Hafiz bin Sali urged the public to encourage and support inmates when they finish their sentences to integrate well in the society.
I didn't see those that have been convicted to be people that society would not want to have anything with. When they are out of prison, that is the time we need them most, so that we will be able to integrate them back into the society. So when people who happen to come out of prison, society shouldn't see them to be that so bad to the extent that they don't want to have anything with them. For prisons, like I said, it's not anybody's home, but it can be anybody's home too.
Upper West Regional Commander of the Ghana Prison Service, Assistant Director of Prisons, Joseph Minyele, enumerated the challenges they are facing and called for support from the government and benevolent organizations.
If you look at their feeding, 3 times a day, they are being fed on.
We're going to go back to the Ghana Police Service that says it is not against the divination and prophecies, but will not countenance the communication of prophecy in a manner which violates human rights and the rule of law. The IGP, who was on a working and security monitoring tour on various police jurisdictions, visited the studios of Love and Ichira FM, flanked by some members of the Police Management Board and officers of the Ashanti Regional Police Command. Nana Boache Dankwa Hasmo.
The Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufu Dampare, who was on a working and security monitoring tour on various police jurisdictions, visited the studios of Love and Insure FM, flanked by some members of the Police Management Board and officers of the Ashanti Regional Police Command. The IGP says his visit was to support and monitor security arrangements and deployments, interact with the media and members of the public, commuters and drivers to boost morale and general security.
Police in Penifori Mainsin nyina mo koboa mainsin police for mpenifo no mnimnuano mo hwe ene nkola ne nyina na ya adwumaden a abrode ye free emra bronya e banyina besisamre na ya toaso ya adwumaden ama asumdwe sronkon aba omanim ye adwuma na maw ene osom so de okoba bia osomfo no wo wakosom na ye ntwen na bibi nsi ansa na mama bomo hamane na yedi so akohwe they say there enimo na ekọ na eba and azam no ba bisikura na enim na yaso anu ansa na asi na bibi aye boko.
Speaking to Love FM's Erastus Asari Donko, the Police Public Affairs Director, Chief Superintendent Grace Ansa Akufi addressed the recent caution to religious leaders on doomsday prophecies. She says the Ghana Police Service is not against divination and prophecy, but will not countenance the communication of prophecy in any manner which violates human rights and the rule of law.
If I am a member of your church, you have a prophecy about me, and I am okay with it, fine. If I do not attend your church, I do not see how I become a basis for your prophecy. And you proclaim to the whole world how I'm going to die, how I'm going to have an accident, how something bad is going to happen to me, which creates an environment where other people can even exploit and harm such persons, which get their family members and loved ones live in constant fear of what is going to happen to our loved one. They say he's going to die. When is he going to die? You wake up and you are terrified. It creates a society of fear, unnecessary fear and anxiety for people. And if any of these persons raise a legal concern, what we are saying is that within the confines of the law, the police will do our work. So do your church, do your prophesying, do it all. But just remember that they are laws. and all of us are expected to stay within the laws in all our dealings.
Chief Superintendent Grace Ansah cited some achievements made by the Ghana Police Service, adding that the IGP and government have put in place measures to ensure sanity in the Ghana Police Service. Nana Wachidampayad reported for Joy News.
The Minister of Gender, Children, Social Protection and Member of Parliament for Wale Wale, Aisha Ibrahim, has supported over 2,000 widows in her constituency in the spirit of the Yuletide. The widows, who are mostly poor people, can barely make ends meet. They were excited to receive wax springs as part of the support from the MP.
Widows in the area usually shoulder the responsibility of the upkeep of their children when their husbands die. It becomes a burden when the woman is not educated and economically not empowered. This is the case of most of the over 2,000 women in the West Mamprisi municipality of the Northeast region who were part of this year's Widows Summit organized by the MP. Widow after widow gave an account of how they have had to struggle to clothe and feed their children. Akongo Esther said widows spend sleepless nights crying because of the pain they go through.
He was buried and left me with 3 children. One of them was just 1 month old. I was asked to go to my mother. And that is where I live until Reverend Barnabas Abdullah gave me a parcel of land that I set up my work so that I can make some income to feed my children. Widows suffer a lot. You will smile outside but cry when you are alone. We are therefore grateful to our mother who has remembered us. God bless you.
In fact,
Another widow, Letitia Atamali, said it is a struggle each day to take care of her children and thanked the MP for the support.
Since my husband died, it has been a struggle. I and my children have been through a lot. It's not a joke. For their schooling and upkeep, I am always heartbroken. But we have kept managing, and by God's grace, they called us here today that our mother has some support for us. God bless you, Mom.
The MP for the area, Aisha Ibrahim, assured that her outfit is partnering some institutions to provide loan support for the women and skills training.
I'm not doing this alone. Other people are doing it in other jurisdictions. So look at it, look at the numbers, do a research and see whether government has to bring out a policy about widows. It's something we'll look at in my ministry. If it is feasible, why not? You can see that there are elderly ones among them. We'll see how we can roll them on leave. And I made mention of giving loans to them. I'll see, I'm going to get some loan facilities for them. And then we can train them into skill trainings.
There are so many girl children in the Anglo constituency who have dropped out of school for varied reasons. Authorities are fighting to put a number of them back into the classroom. This is the story in many rural communities where these girls end up pregnant and usually abandon schooling altogether. What can authorities do to prevent these girls from going wayward? MP for Anglo constituency Richard Kwame Sefe has enrolled more than 800 girls onto an apprenticeship program to learn a number of trades. Kwekwa Sante has more.
Teenage pregnancy is a big thing in Ghana. So many girls drop out of school as a result, and the boys they make these children with are sometimes in no position to help. This phenomenon is devastating communities, and authorities sometimes struggle to grapple with it. MP for Anglo constituency, Richard Kwame Sefe, has enrolled close to 1,000 girls and other older females in his constituency onto an apprenticeship program and has been donating equipment as part of his efforts to deal with this menace.
Part of the program that I've drawn for my constituency, especially the youths that I want to give skills to, there are a number of them that needs to be trained to acquire some form of skill. So we have about 10 schemes that we are running, and dressmaking, hairdressing, tiling and other things are parts. So as and when something comes in, we will use that to procure some of the equipment and tools for them. This one that we are doing today is by the courtesy of Togi after the 14th. We want to use this opportunity to appeal to other benevolent organizations and individuals to donate more of the hair dryers, the sewing machine, those welding machines and what have you, to help train them so that skillfully they will be reliable individuals in days to come.
One of the centers partnering the MP is happy about the donation of sewing machines.
To our honorable, he is helping our apprentice to learn sewing or hairdressing. Today we are happy we see him.
So how will this help the community in general? What will this do to the community?
Oh, he is doing well. He is helping people, bringing electricity to our community, water. He is doing all those things. So we are happy that we have our honorable.
For one of the beneficiaries, the support from Honorable Richard Kwame Sefe is life-changing.
We are grateful for the machine because we are in need of the machine. So we are thanking Honorable for donating the machine to us. So we are very grateful.
Reporting for Joy News, Kwiku Asante.
We're still live on Joy Newsroom. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll bring you news from elsewhere. That's it for Joy Newsroom this afternoon. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Many thanks for watching. Log on to myjoyonline.com. There's more of our news. See you again in the evening.